Good morning, girls. Hope you had a great weekend. I just want to start chapter 7 today. But before I start chapter 7, I want you to know two things. For the homework, I'm going to give you homework today. But how can you submit the homework? You can take the exercises from the file section, then solve it in a piece of paper with the steps, take a picture of it, then send it in Teams. How can you send it in Teams? Go to chat, click on the pen, then type my name, then click on my name, then send it here. That's one thing. That's one thing to say. Anyone wants to say something? Please close your microphone if you don't want to ask a question. It's just beginning. Thank you. So that's for the homework. For the homework is required. That's from the school. I mean, I will grade them, but exactly the same as a school. If you try them, I'm not looking for your mistakes. No, I just see if you tried or not. So I will grade them. I will grade them in my grade book. Then once we go back to the school, I will enter them in Skyward. But test in Pearson, you don't need to panic because it's just for you to try. I really encourage you to do it because you won't lose anything to try it. So once you go back to the school, you won't face difficulty. That's my goal from Pearson Realize test. So just to try it. I am not taking the grade. It's true, I will see your mark, but I want I want to grade you. I want to take the grades and then put them directly. So it's better instead of having one directly go and have many chapters together in one time. Try to do this test. Good luck. So that's for the previous part and some instruction. Now today we are going to start exponent and exponential function. So the first lesson will be about zero and negative exponent. So first of all, let me remind you what is the exponent is. So we said before, if we have, for example, 2 times 2 times 2 and so on, we can rewrite this expression into 2 to the power, this is the base, 2 to the power 1, 2, 3. So I'm repeating this number 3 times, 2 to the power 3. So that's the idea. If I have something like this, I can, between them, multiplication, according to how many times I will repeat this number, I will write it to the power 3. So this is the idea from the exponent, if you forgot the exponent, the meaning of the exponent. So basically today we are going to learn not 2 to the power 3 or 2 in general to positive power, like for example 2 to the power 4, or for example if we have 6 to the power 3. We will have today in today's lesson if the power 0, if the power, for example, 2 to the power 0 or 2 to the power negative 3. Let's see that. So before you learn these, you learned them before, but today's lesson we are going to learn these, how can we deal with them. So let's see the first part. Here, if you have anything to power 0, you are going to say directly 1. Anything to power 0, if you raise any number to power 0, directly it's 1. So what I said in my previous example, 2 to the power 0, it's a 1. It's very easy. X to the power 0, it's a 1. Let's say 3x between parentheses, all this to the power 0, it's a 1. And so on. Anything you raise it to power 0, it's a 1. Just keep in your mind, if you have like this, 3x to the power 0, you won't say directly that's it, all of this one. Why? Because here there is parenthesis, that means the 0 it's for all of them, so that's why they are 1. While this one is different, I will give you more details in the coming slides. So that will be 1. 1 times 3, it's a 3. So this is the idea. Now let's move to the negative exponent. If you have negative exponent like this, 7 to the power negative 3, you cannot calculate it like this. Just flip this one, move it down. So 1 over 7 to the power 3. Just make it positive, move it down and make it positive. If you have the opposite, if you have, for example, I will give you something from my mind. If you have, for example, 1 over, let's say, 5 to the power negative 2, for example, that's from my mind. You can say, this is, how can you write this is as a positive power? Just the opposite, move it up. Then say it's a 5 to the power 2, 5 to the power 2, and so on. So if you have negative power like this, move it down to make it positive. If you already have it down and it's negative, move it up. If it's already positive, you won't change anything. Let's try and have some exercises. Here I showed you if you have the power for, if the exponent 0 for any number, directly you are going to say it's a 1. Let's try this. What is the simplified form of each expression? Here, 9 to the power negative 2. Because it's negative, I will flip this fraction. Isn't this one is like over 1? I'm going to move it down. So that will be 1 over 9 to the power 2. Now I can calculate this one. So that will be equal to 1 over, 9 times 9, it's 81. So 1 over 81. Now for this one, anything to power 0, it's a 1, directly without thinking. That's for this part. Let me do more exercises with you. Let me do more exercises. That's easy. Again, what is the simplified form of each expression? So I can, 4 to the power negative 3, to make this positive, I have to say that equals 1 over 4 to the power 3. I'll do my calculation. 1 over 4 times 4 times 4, it's what? It's 4 to the power 64. I just want you to know that, because I don't know if you can find this by calculator or not. 4, basically, basically it's 4 times 4 times 4. And I'm sure you know how to multiply. That is 16. 16 times 4, you know how to multiply them regularly. But by your calculator, you need to go to, there is a bottom. This bottom looks like this, x to the power like that. Then you need to change this one into the number that you want. Once you click on it, you will get something like this. Then you are going to write the number that you need, like here, for example, 4, then 3, then you will get 64, this one. So that's the idea how you find the exponent by calculator. Now anything to power 0, it's a 1. Now if you have something like this, 3 to the power, you are going to flip this one, 1 over 3 to the power 2. So that's equals to 1 over 9. Now, next one, 1 over 6 to the power 1. If you have 1 here, you should not write it. 1 over 6 to the power 1. That's exactly same if you say 1 over 6. This one, 1 over -4, all this to the power 2. Keep in your mind here, there is a very important note I have to tell you. Here, if you have -4 to the power -2, that's equals to, leave this negative. The negative is only for 4, so that will be -1 over 4 to the power 2, which is equals to 1 over 16, -1 over 16. Keep in your mind, it's different than this one, but this one you are going to say, because there is parenthesis. So keep in your mind, if there is parenthesis, that's mean the power for everything that you have inside. But if you don't have parenthesis, that's mean the power, it's only for the number that on it this power. So that is equals to 1 over 16. One more note I have to tell you. If the power for negative numbers, if the power even, that means the result or the number will be positive. While if you have it positive, that means the number that you have will be negative. So that's for this part. I will give more exercises to make sure that you all okay with the idea. So I'm going to solve some of them. So that will be 1 over 9 to the power 2, which is equals to 1 over 9 to the power 2, 3 to the power. I'm hurrying to the answer. So 3 to the power 2, so 1 over 9. If you see this one, again, I should not use my negative. Negative, I will keep it as it is, because there is no parenthesis. So -1 over 5 to the power 2. So that is -1 over 25. Now that is directly, I have to focus on the negative. Negative, I will drop it. There is no parenthesis. Please be careful. So keep in your mind, note again, -3 to the power 0, it's equals to -1. Because that is negative, I drop it, that is 0. While if you have -3, all this to the power 0, that is 1, not -1. So please be careful. That's directly 1. That is, I will flip this one because there is parenthesis again. I think this is similar to what we did before. So that's 1 over 16. So this one is the opposite of this one. So 11 and 5, you have to focus on them. So because there is negative here, so you are going to say that is, because there is parenthesis, so to the power 2, so that is 1 over 25. So that's for this part. I will move to the second part. Now I'm going to simplifying exponential expression. So expression now will gonna be just more complicated, or longer. Definitely, it's not difficult, but it's a little bit longer. Now I will see if I have negative power, I will move it down. So let's do this one. I want to make it organized. I want to make all the powers, I want to make them, all of them positive. 5, it's okay. I will write a fraction. 5, It's okay, no problem with the 5. There is nothing to simplify it with the 5. Always start step by step. A3, a to the power 3, a to the power 3, as it is. It's a positive power, no problem with this one. This one, I have to move it down. Why I will move it down? Because the power is negative. Once I move it down, it will be positive power. So that is b to the power 2. I'm done like this. Now same thing with this one. This is basic. 1 over x to the power negative 5. So I will move it up to make it positive power. So the x to the power. That's the idea. Let me move to the exercises. So what is the simplified form for each expression? So this one, x to the power negative 9, I will flip this one. I will move it down to make it positive. 1 over x to the power 9. Then this one, n to the power 3. So because the power is down, I will move it up to make it positive power. Now this one is step by step, as I said. 4, I will keep it as it is. But 3, it has negative power. I will move it down. So c to the power 3. Step by step. b already up because it already has positive power, which is 1. So that's it. b 2 then is already inside. There is nothing I simplify it with. While a to the power negative 3, so that's negative power. I have to move it up so I can make it positive. So that's a to the power 3. Finally, this one, I will move the n. I will keep m already down. So up is just 1. You cannot say 0 because 0 over anything is it's 0 over anything, it's 0. So I will move this one. So you have to say n to the power 5 m to the power 2. Make sure once you watch my video, make sure that you try them exactly the same as the school. Try them. Try to understand the problem. Then you can definitely stop the video and try them. Then just to try to turn on the video again and see and check your answer for yourself. Try to do exactly the same thing that I do with you in the school. Try to practice first, then check your answer. Not directly taking the answer. The answer is already with you all the time. Let me make with you more exercises because this part maybe you need to do a lot of problems in it. So here is step by step. 4, nothing to simplify it with. 4. A, again, nothing to simplify it with. But b to the power 0, it's a 1 times 1. So that is equals to 1 times 4. If you have multiplication, you can multiply all the numbers. So 4 times 1, it's a 4a. Now this one, that will be 1. Here I will keep this. This has already positive power. I will move this 3 down to make it positive power. So that is 1 over 3 to the power 2n. I will simplify it more because I know what is a 3 to the power 2. This one, I don't know it because it's 3 to the power negative 2. I don't have negative power before. So that is 1 over 9n. Now let me continue working on that. So I will write this one, question 29. Where can I write it? I will write it here. So that is what should I do with this one? I'll flip. I will move it all of them down. How can I move all of them down? I will put one on the top because there is nothing remaining. So C5, C to the power 5, D7. For this one, let me see step by step, number by number. 6, nothing to simplify it with, and it has positive power. A to minus 1, I have to move it down. So A to the power 1, so I'm not going to write anything. C minus 3, so I will move it down. Nothing. D to the power 0, it's a 1, so I should not write anything. So I'm done with that. I will solve with you also this one. Easy. Directly, you can say this is x to the power 7. Directly move it up. That's a 1. So the result is k minus 4. K minus 4, you can rewrite it into k 1 over k to the power 4. This one, I have to move this down and keep this up. So it's d to the power 7 over c5. I'll solve with you these also because you will find something similar in the homework. Solve this one also. So step by step, always look at number. Fraction, I will write like this. So 2 to the power negative 3, I have to move it down. 2 to the power 3. Next, x to the power 2, it's a positive. I will keep it up. Z to the power negative 7, negative power, I will move it down. Z to the power negative 7. I have to simplify it more, so that is equals to x to the power 2, then 2 to the power 3, it's 8, z to the power 7. Let me solve with you this. For 28, I have 7, nothing to simplify it with. 7. A, it has positive power. Keep it A. B to the power negative 2, no, I will move it down. What is down? 3W B2. Why I kept them down? Because they have positive power. Now, that's it. I have all the things that I have. Now, 32. So 7s, they have positive power, and the number 7, nothing to simplify it with until now. Then over, it's not 75, that's s. Keep this in your mind. Over 5. Then t to the power negative 3, because that's a negative power, I will move it up to make it positive. So that is will be t to the power negative 3. The last one, I'm going to solve it here. So that will be 7. I will keep it as it is. S to the power 0, it's a 1 times 1, nothing. Then I will move this down. I will move the 2 up. So let's do that. Now that will be t to the power 5. I will keep m to the power 2 already down. Then I will take times here between the multiplication, 2 to the power 1. I have to simplify this more. So that is will be 14 over t to the power 5, m to the power 2. So step by step, look at number from the numbers that you have. Try to practice them again and then see my answer. Not directly take the answer. That's my advice for you. Now we have to evaluate. Evaluate, the basic idea is just substitute. So what is the only thing here that you have to focus on? The order of operation. So the order of operation, this is the only thing that you have to focus on. So here we have 3s, it will be, it's given 2, so you will put parenthesis 2 to the power 3. Sorry for that. Here, if you have something like this, I really encourage you to simplify, then simplify if you have negative power, then substitute. Like here, because t to the power -2, we cannot simplify it like this. So let's say 3s to the power 3, then I will move this down to make it positive, to make the power positive. T to the power 2. So that is equals to, now I can substitute. 3 times s times 2, 2 to the power 2 over, what is t? Keep in your mind, if you have negative like this and you substitute in t, that means you are changing all of this one into this negative number. So you must put parentheses and say this power for the negative sign and this 3. So that is to the power 2. So let's do our calculation. Do powers first, then do the rest of the calculation. So that's a 3 times 4 over 9. Then I will, because I'm not using calculator, so that will be 1. I will simplify. That will be 3. So the result is 4 over 3. That's all thing. Again, why this is positive? Because I have here even power. If you have odd power, you cannot say that. I just want you, I don't want you confused if you have why my answer here like is different than the book. So the book is just make this one into they made oh, here is negative, there is here power, so that's 8. So it's 8 here. They change this one into 8 times 1, so it is over 3. So keep in your mind, the book changed this one into mixed number. How can you change this into mixed number? You can just divide. So 8 over 3, it will be 2 and 2 over 3. So that's the answer. That's it. They did not, why they got a 24 over 9? They did not simplify like this. They directly multiply this one. Multiply 3 times 8, which is 24 over 9. That's what they did. Let's substitute here. So again, my advice for you, if you have something similar to this one, try to simplify first, then substitute. So for the first one, A and I will move it to the down, W to the power 0. So it will be W to the power 0, I know what it's 1. Then this one I will move it down. So it will be 1 over n to the power 4. That's equals to, take this substitute, n equals -2. So 1 over -2 to the power 4. So that is equals to 1 over 2, -2 to the power 4. 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So if you multiply them all together, you will get them 1 over 16. For B, I will move this down. I will keep W to the power 2 down already because it has positive power. So that will be 1 over n to the power 1 W to the power 2. Simplify, that's equals to 1 over, what is n? -2. What is W? 5. All this to the power 2. So I'm going to simplify my work. So that will be equals to 1 over, there is no power to remove my negative, no. So that is 2 times, do the powers first, times the 25. So that is equals to 1 over -50. You can write -50, -1 over 50, exactly same. You can write the negative up. So for the before last one, so that's 1 and then W to the power 6. So C, I will simplify it, 1 over W to the power 6. So that is equals to 1 over, what is W? It's 5. 5 to the power 6. Definitely you will get big number here. So just write it. 1 over 15,625. I hope this is clear. 15,000 here. 15,625. For the last one, here we have just move this up. So that is will be W to the power 1 over n. So what I have for W, it's a 5. N, it's given -2. I'm done. So that's for these exercises. So for this one, I'll just do just little of these exercises. I will do 44 and 39. So for exercise 39, again, I will use exactly same knowledge that I used. I will simplify it first. 3, nothing to simplify it with. R, already R has positive power, so I will keep it up. So I will move S up because to the power 2, because it has negative power, so I'm going to move it up. Now I can substitute. 3 times, I will open parentheses, -3 times S to the power 5. S 5. So 5 to the power 2. Again, order of operation. So 3, I will do this one first. So 25. And then I have here 3 times -3 times 25. That will be -9. -9 times 25. I will calculate them. You just can calculate them by your calculator, or you can or you can calculate them in corner if you want. So that is 225. So that's negative 225. For exercise 44, I will move this down and also this one down. I will keep only r to the power 3 up. So r to the power 3 over 2 to the power 4 s to the power 2. Substitute. R is given negative 3. All this to the power negative. All this to the power, 3 over 2 to the power 4. We just did it. It's 16 times s given 5 to the power 2. So for the first one, should I remove the negative here? No, I should not remove the negative here. You have to focus on that. Why I should not move my negative? Because it is odd power. So if you have odd power, you want to remove the negative. You know that according to sine rule. 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. This one with this one will be positive, will be 9 times negative 3, which is, as I told you, different sign is negative in multiplication. So that is 27, negative 27. So that is negative 27 over 16 times 25. If you can simplify anything with the other one, simplify it. Make sure that here between the multiplication. So I'm going to write for you directly the answer. So the answer here after calculation, it's 27 over 400. So that's for this part. The rest exactly same idea. Let's move to the last problem. In this problem, we have just expression. I mean, exponential expression represent a situation in our life. So I have here a population of marine bacteria doubled every hour under controlled laboratory condition. So I have here this expression will represent H, represent the number of hours, and all this expression, if I calculate it, will represent the population of the bacteria. So what they said here, exactly same idea, and the main concept here is just evaluate the expression when H equals 0. I mean, in the 0 hour, they just started, and H equal minus 3. So let's try this. So we have if H equals to 0, that means directly I will substitute here in this expression. It will be 1000